Hello everybody, this is Bonsia and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be potting these Damask Roses which I dug up from our own yard. So I don't know if you're familiar with Damask Roses. They have beautiful pink flowers and even better fragrance, which is used for a whole lot of things. The petals of the rose is used as herbs and as tea sometimes, and they somehow extract the fragrance into rose waters, which is amazing. But today I will try to pot some of these, which as I said, I dug up from our own yard. One downside of these plants is they are covered in tiny, very sharp thorns, which makes it impossible to touch with bare hands. So I have to use gloves. I don't even know exactly how many I have dug up. I don't know if you can see the thorns on it. They are very sharp and you have to use gloves. I think it's a good time to put these up. There are a lot of buds covering the branches and the trunks, which have swollen lately and are ready to turn into leaves. And in fact, one of them, weirdly, one or two of the very tips of the branches have also turned into leaf already. Anyways, let's first see how many we actually have. Okay, so this is one. While I'm at it, let me also get rid of the soil. Okay, this is one, and as you can see, it is quite long. And this is 2 and 3, I guess. There are 3, I think. Okay, and this is another one. So that's 2. And this is the 3rd one. And I don't know, what is this? This is probably something that grows from its roots and produces suckers upwards. Let me cut this part off. I don't think I need these. Now I'm gonna have to cut it with the sharp edge of these pliers. Like that. Okay, so that's 3 plants I have. In fact, if you look at this one, it has 2 main trunks that have originated from the same plant and space, but they have produced their own individual root system. So I am going to separate these 2. Jesus, I need a... I'm gonna use this wire cutter to cut these. Okay. And now I have 4 plants. So, okay, this is all I have. I don't know what to do with them. Do I put them all up in the same pot to make some kind of forest, or well, forests need a shallow white pot, which I do not own. So I'll probably pot each of these 4 plants in their own individual pots. Okay, let me look at each of the 4 plants and decide on what to do with them and how to prune them. The thorns on these are awful. Okay, so this will be number 1. This huge thick part should come off eventually, but for now I don't know. I think I'll just have to put it up with these thick parts included, because there are, if I cut this section off, there will not be enough roots left for it. It does have this one, but I don't think it's good enough. Maybe I'll just put it up with this section, and if it makes it in the future, I will try to cut this section off. But for now, let's just prune the roots a little bit. That's fine. And now let's take a look at the branches, and they are very, very tall. I took a long section of it off, but still it is very long. I don't know how tolerant these plants are of hard pruning. I think they are very tolerant, but I'm not sure. And let's take a look at these branches. They do have a lot of buds on them, so I'll just cut these short from these points. And there is another bud down here. I think I'll be maybe from here. I'll be okay cutting this from here. This is still very long, this one. There is a bud here. I don't know if it will turn into leaves and a branch, but there's also another one here. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I don't know what will happen to these. Okay, so that's one. On to the next one. So this will be number 2. The roots. It does have a better spread of roots than the other one. In fact, I think I'll be able to cut this thicker part from here. I don't know if I will do it. I don't know if I will be able to do it with this small scissors. I'm gonna try. It's not cutting through. I really need some standard bonsai tools. And this whole section should be cut off, I think, like that. Was that the right call? I'm not sure. As I look at the trunk, ideally I would like to cut this main trunk and this one beside him off, because this one is skinnier and it will make good taper way down below. The thing is, this branch does not have a lot of buds on it, so it might not be the best idea to do that. I'm gonna cut these 2 lateral branches because they are very down low, like that. Probably should leave a little bit of a stop. I'm left with this, still quite long, but I'm hoping for back budding. In fact, there seems to be a bud way down here. I'm gonna cut this one shorter. That's enough, I think. Well, my goal should not be really the shape of the plants for now. If they make it and stay alive, that will be good enough for me. Now let's look at number 3. The roots are a mess. As you can see, the same problem with this guy. There's a very thick part down here, which ideally should be cut, but again, there are not enough roots above that. I'm gonna cut these long parts a little bit and do the same thing as the number one. I'm gonna pot it up with these undesirable parts, but in the future, hopefully I'll be able to correct the root system. Okay, and that's it. And now the branches. I don't like this. It should be cut off. The same problem with all of these is that the main trunk does have a little bit of branches on it, but the other branches are just straight long shoots which have not produced any branch. This is dead. Okay, let me cut this long one short. And this will be cut. Oops. These branches, as I said, I'll try to not focus too much on the branches for now. Just cutting the shoots that have grown from these crotch areas and shortening the other ones. Okay, so this will be number 3. Now let's see. It does have some interesting features to it. I think there are a lot of soil still attached to it, or is it soil, or I probably need to wash this. Let me wash this to see what exactly we have here. Okay, it's a little bit better now. So this is again a huge thick part, which I think was some of the main trunks of the main plant at one point, which have been dug up and planted in another area, which we did I think about 2 years ago. I think I should just cut these tall ones and just keep this smaller branch at the end of this trunk. I'm sorry if I cannot fully describe what is in my mind. As I've said before, English is not my main language. I think I will do that. These two will be cut. But before I cut these, let me think a little bit more about the roots of this plant. I don't think I should cut this thick part from here for now, at least. In the future, definitely, if it makes it. But for now, I don't think so. Let me just cut this part here for now. And what about this one? This should also go. This should turn into a trunk. Maybe I should cut this section off. There are a little bit of roots here. I'm not sure if it will be able to make it, but let's hope it does. Oof. Okay, this is what I'm left with. And this part is dead. And the branches should be just cut a little bit. And that is number 4. So now let's get to planting them in their individual pots. And these cuttings, I'll just probably stick them in the soil in our yard. All right, now I've got 4 plastic pots, all having their drainage screens fixed onto them. Just one other thing. The first one, as I'm looking at it right now, I think I can reduce this thick part a little bit from here, for example. And even a little bit more. Okay, all four are done now, and some of them are still very long, like this one, the second one. All right, all done here. Hopefully at least some of them will make it. I don't know if roses can be grown into a bonsai shape. They do produce a woody trunk like this one, as you can see. So they should be able to do that. And as far as I am aware, they do backbud quite a lot, which makes them okay. An okay candidate for bonsai, I think. Okay, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.